Hello, and welcome to this week's Duck TV Sports Update. I'm your host, Joshua Berry. Men's and women's basketball tipped off their season this week, and football fell just short of a great comeback. Let's get started. Kicking it off with football, the Ducks traveled to Utah yesterday to take on the Utes. The Ducks got off to a very slow start, only getting 4 yards of offense the entire first quarter. The Utes took advantage of the Ducks' offensive struggles to pull ahead 19-7 at the half. However, in the second half, the Ducks' offense came to life and even pulled ahead in the fourth quarter after a touchdown by Travis Dye. But that wasn't enough, as the Utes responded with 10 unanswered points following the Oregon touchdown, winning the game 25-32. The Ducks will return home to Autzen Stadium for the last time this season next Saturday as they take on the Arizona State Sun Devils. Passing it over to basketball, the women's team had a successful start to their season with a win against Alaska Fairbanks this Tuesday 115-36. Junior All-American Sabrina Ionescu recorded her 11th career triple-double to expand her already impressive record. She is now only one triple-double away from breaking the men's record set by Kyle Collinsworth in 2016. The women returned home on Saturday to take on the number 18th ranked Syracuse Orange in a nail-biting 75-73 win. The Ducks dominated for most of the game until late in the third quarter when the Orange came back and took the lead. But 3 clutch three-point shots from Aaron Bromley and 2 from Sabrina Ionescu, the Ducks pulled ahead for the win. The Ducks will travel to Utah on Wednesday to take on Utah State before returning home to Matthew Knight Arena next Sunday against Buffalo. Men's basketball also started their season on Tuesday with a win against Portland State 84-57. Although the score seemed like a blowout, the Vikings put up a good fight and stayed close in the game till the very end. Junior Peyton Pritchard had a solid game with 22 points and 3 assists in just 30 minutes of play. On Friday, the Ducks hosted Eastern Washington in an 81-47 win. Freshman Bull led all players with 23 points and 4 blocks. Next week, the men of Oregon will travel to New York City to take part in the 2K Empire Classic. The Oregon volleyball team traveled to the Bay Area this past weekend to take on the Stanford Cardinal and the Cal Golden Bears. On Thursday, the Ducks fell to the number 2 ranked Cardinal 3-1. The Cardinal would go on to claim the Pac-12 title with a win against Oregon State the next night. The Ducks then went to Cal, where they swept the Golden Bears 3-0. August Raske continued her great season with 44 assists, and Ronica Stone led all players with 3 blocks. The Ducks will come home next weekend to take on Utah and Colorado in their final home games of the season. We all know about big returning stars for the men's and women's basketball teams, such as Sabrina Ionescu, Peyton Pritchard, and Ruthie Hebert. But here are a few players from the UO basketball teams that are flying under the radar that you should keep an eye out for. While Bull and Lewis King were the big-name freshman 5-star recruits for the men's team, keep an eye out for 4-star freshman Francis Okoro. The 6'9" forward averaged 7 points and 5.5 rebounds in his first 2 games of the season. Expect to see him sub in for fellow forward Kenny Wooten as the big man going for rebounds and blocks. On the women's side, look out for point guard Maite Cazorla. The senior is one of the leaders of this already experienced Duck team. She scored 16 points in just 27 minutes of play against Alaska Fairbanks this past Tuesday, and she'll look to have a great final season with the Ducks. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow Duck TV Sports on Twitter and Instagram, and give us a like on Facebook. Also, make sure to check out our website where we have great new articles being released every week. Have a great night and stay classy, Eugene.